Ho ho ho! Welcome to the Christmas Rage episode. What, James? That's true.
Yeah.
So today we're going to touch upon a very delicate subject in the realm. Well, it's true. It's true. So mine and James's, and this is mine and James's tier list of the legions, and I literally just heard 1,000 Heresy players cry out in pain. Right. So, while we're doing this, it's worth bearing in mind that this is mine and James's tier list.
Therefore, it is correct.
Yeah, so you could possibly guess what I was about to say at that. Take it with a pinch of salt, it's a bit of fun, but actually this is the order. So,
everyone else is wrong, we're right.
So what we're going to be doing for this is in a random order. We're going to be in a random order ranking the legions. What we're going to do? We're just going to do the legions because we will do that. We'll do them in a sped up sort of process at the end.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think.
We'll just pick.
Yeah.
A.
So after doing this, we talked about it in our wider gaming group and ended up having about a 5-hour discussion arguing about it. I think we did a good job of ranking them. There are one or two that could move about in there, I think. But I think what comes out of the discussion after this discussion is we need to do it a few times and get multiple inputs on this to do a true tier list. But let me know what your thoughts are below on the tiers of everything. How incredibly strongly do you disagree with at least one of them? Because I know there will be at least one. So let's get into it.
First, let's give it a shuffle because me and James already know what the first card is. Raven Guard.
Do you want to start with Raven Guard and then I'll give my honest opinion on Raven Guard?
I know what I want to say, James. I know what I want to say. Korak's just got his shrouded back as of yesterday or the day before?
Thank you.
So
thank you, Fortune. We love you.
Well, I think that's just moved them up from. I'm going to say. Oh, are they S tier? Right. So I'm hovering around A or S. So they've got. You're gonna in 5 out of the 6 because we'll stick to like generic missions.
Yeah, we're playing rulebook missions here.
Yeah. So rulebook missions. What is it? 5 out of the 6 have night fighting available. So 2 up. You're going to get your improvisers first turn.
Yeah, so you can see in your opponent.
Yeah, you're going to get your +1 BS all the time with your improvisers.
Well, yeah, for the one model, but
yeah, you've got a triple champion Mordathan, Dark Fury's unit
with a 26-inch threat range, 27 if you've not got an apothecary in there.
Yeah, so they're not quite suzerain, but they're fast. They're fast.
They're fast. They hit things. They kill things.
Yeah, Korax has a 4-up. Invuln and a 4-up Shrouded, making him one of the tankiest characters in the
hit
game.
and run. So if you do tag him and don't kill him, he's not there. But he's like 17 inches away.
Rending shotguns that you fire before you guys go in.
Yeah, you're more death in.
Yeah.
Combi Volkite.
Combi.
Rending lightning claws.
S tier. I'm going to say S tier.
So I'm going to disagree. So I saw a comment on another tier list that resonated highly with me as a Raven Guard player.
Rank your own armies lower. Is that the comment?
Yeah, basically. What it said was Raven Guard are a trash tier army, but if you can make them work, you're an amazing player. And
What? So are we meeting in the middle at B?
Because you need to know what you're doing. Like,
right.
Like you can't give like Chris Raven Guard and you can't use them because they can't just sit in a box and hit things with a hammer.
Shall we contextualise this then? Shall we do
the filthiest list with the best players we can think of? How good are they?
So it needs to be that. So it needs to be all level playing field.
Yeah.
It can't be like, the worst player playing Imperial Fists.
We gave Phil.
Well, actually, we can do the worst player playing Imperial Fists. But
so we gave
still S. Surely S tier. What's your actual?
I agree with you because it's you force night fighting. You're prepped for night fighting.
Yeah.
So all your compulsory 10 las cannon heavy support squad can shoot their las cannon.
And improvise and ignore shrouded as well.
Yeah, can't shroud it.
So that's just an entire game benefit, regardless of night fighting. You're skipping out the tech.
You can't react and shroud to it.
Yeah. Every shooting squad, if you're really maximising,
and it really upsets your opponent as well. Like the amount of people who've gone, right, I'm going to react to your rending.
Not just your opponent, it
Convoker.
upsets me all the time.
And
Whether I'm your
you
opponent
can't
or
shroud it because I've got an improviser on this one dude.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, S. Do you know S tier?
They're so fast, they hit what they want, they'll kill what they hit, they can shoot you can't shoot them back most of the time.
Or a fair amount of the time.
Yeah, you can't shroud whatever you shoot them with.
Right, what we'll say is this list won't be locked. We can move about as we go through.
Yeah.
So Raven Guard straight onto S.
They pick the targets with the combat because they're that fast. They shoot stuff, can't be shot back. They ignore shrouded, which is amazing.
Yeah. Infiltrate onto object. In Dominion, infiltrate onto the objective straight away.
Yeah. Scout to deny your opponents.
What's not to like or hate?
They're just good. I'm sorry, I'm not a good player. The army carries me. The army is amazing.
I'm glad I've got that video.
So when you lose, he's a trash player, but he beat me.
Right, so let's move on from that because we could talk about how Raven Guard are S or trash all day. One or the other. He's only one or the other.
Yeah,
so,
no in between.
Yeah, S tier. Dark Angels. Ooh.
Tasty.
Right.
I'd go B tier.
Do you know what? I would go A.
Go on.
So Dark Angels, I don't think they're Legion benefit. If you take each individual one individually.
Oh, one thing we didn't say about the Raven Guard. None of their Legion traits work for the units. So they're an S tier army without a Legion trait.
Well, it's because of the war gear. It's because of the war gear and the units.
Yeah, but they're an S tier army without any. But yeah.
Well, don't you gain infiltrate from your infantry from Raven Guard?
Yeah, but the infantry you're infiltrating already has it.
Oh, really? So you
Korax good shit. Scout and
Anyway,
Anyway, Dark Angels.
Dark Angels. The Legion benefits are slightly worse than everyone else's, right? And it comes from them being the primary Legion. However, picking what you want where, do you know? So it's not good, everyone is just flat. This same Legion trait.
This tank has this trait. That unit
because I want it to do something else.
This unit has preferred enemy or whatever it gets.
Yeah, I think that as a Legion trait thing. Moves them, or I think that makes them A. I think Interrupters are incredibly good.
Oh yeah,
I think Interrupters are incredibly good. I think
Companions are really good. You can't kill the character while they're in the unit.
So, which means you can tank loads on you can tank loads on the character with complete impunity from precision shots, taking out that character later.
Yeah,
like the Lion. He just tanks everything. Yeah. Then I'm on one wound. The Companions just take everything. Even other Primarchs can't punk you because the Companions ignore the precision shot or precision strike.
Yeah, they do. Cause it's the Companions. You get to choose casualties, so it doesn't matter about precision strike because Primarchs don't have precision strike, do they? They choose what they hit.
Is that the case?
Yeah, it's a weird interaction, but they still ignore it. So that
So I think very good. It's worth noting Raven Guard had that amazing reaction. Like have a 4-up shrouded.
And then move 7 inches of Koraxes in the unit.
And it's 4-up shrouded all turn.
Yeah.
Whereas Dark Angels, their advanced reaction, and we will have to going through 20.
Yeah,
not 20 leads, 18.
Double check a few bits.
Yeah. So
their characters are pretty good as well. So I think is it Red Loss who gives everything within 6 inches preferred enemy, even if he's in a vehicle at the start of the game.
Mm. Yeah, and so you just deploy in this bubble and then move out.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So they've not got the best ever
Fearless from Fear
reaction.
2. So if you're not getting charged by Primarch,
right? I wouldn't say that's the best ever because it doesn't interrupt your opponent's turn to do it, like a movement reaction in the shooting phase, or like Blood Angels or Space Wolves chasing people down.
Yeah.
So it's not like an out of sequence reaction, like an out of sequence
benefit.
Yeah, game benefit. It's also reliant on me charging you, so straight away half the legions it doesn't really work against. Like if I'm playing you as my Iron Warrior, right? Well, you're going to be able to do it against my 5 Dominators, but the Dominator's just there because I like the models. Whereas it's the rest of the army shooting you that really wins the game. So I think because of that, whereas say like Imperial Fists, I know I always bag on Imperial Fists, but everyone is going to at some point move within 12 of you.
Yes.
right?
So I think you're right, because if we do it with the caveat of if you give it to the best player and they make the best army they can, it's easily A tier. Because you give this to Ben, it's an A tier army.
Yeah.
Like, he just
smashes
smashes
it.
people
Yeah.
with a smile on his face and get your favourite game of votes.
You're so salty about those best game votes.
No one likes me. No one likes me. Not even my wife and kid like me.
I don't like him.
No.
So we agreed on
I'm
A
here
tier.
for the quota. That's it.
Right, so yeah, is that A tier then?
Yeah, go on. Well, we might move these down later.
Yeah. So I'm going to go next, and I'm going to pick Word Bearers.
Tasty.
Right, so
A tier. You've got
you go
they've got to
straight
be
for
up
A.
there.
You
Yeah,
go straight
you've
for
got
A.
amazing advanced reaction.
Yeah, right. So we were just discussing this off camera. Word Bearers, advanced reaction. Warlord Titan shoots Lorgar squad.
Dave dies.
Yeah, it's like
What? That's amazing. It's once per game, but it's like massively game changing.
Yeah, although that's pushing it to the point of absurdity. At some point in the game, there's going to be a point where your opponent goes, "I'm going to fire this mega unit into your mega unit," and then you just go, "No."
Yeah. So infuriating.
Advanced reaction really good.
Galvorbot.
Galvorback,
Dope.
well, good. They're quite expensive. They're 55 points each
Yeah.
for the Galvorback. They're only AP3. They've not got brutal. They're not quite brutal.
Yeah.
They're AP3. They're rending 6 up. So you're going to be punking stuff like, it's going to be like veteran squads at best. You're not going to go into a Terminator unit or Death Star with them. Like, so I don't think they're quite. They're definitely not S. I will, right, for this, I'll agree on A.
And we might move them later.
Yeah, because I'm on board of B and A. It depends
Right.
what else goes into
Yeah. No,
those
they're not
categories.
nowhere near the top of it.
Yeah.
But
So
the Dreadnought's pretty tasty.
yeah, really good.
And then one of their Rites of War, where you can just buff your unit the more things that die.
Well, it's good. It's very good. That's again very good for that Death Star.
Yeah,
but I
if you kill
don't
the
think
Death
you've not got a Legion specific that really leans into that Death Star.
The Galvorbot kind of do. but-
Just that AP3 and not brutal. Like if you come up against
Yeah.
someone's like, even I know I've just joked about Dominators, but even my Dominators, because they've got that brutal too. 10 of them, like you've got 5 Galvorback for 275 points, a squad of Terminators with,
tough just
or
3 wounds.
even fist Terminators with Thunderhammers and shields. That's a Death Star.
Yeah, go on.
Like, do you like?
We'll put them
really-
as B, but I want them top of B.
We'll put them in between for now.
I think
and
you
then-
can make them work quite nicely with some of the
Well,
stuff.
we'll put them in between for now, but we'll come back to it. Do you know that's
Yeah, okay.
that can go off to the side, James. That can go off to the side. So next is your draw. Sally's
Ooh.
hard. Oh,
You're going to say trash tier.
I wasn't going to say I was trash it. Right, here's the spoiler. Trash is everything except Marines. Marines always come above trash.
Right.
Right. Except maybe no, we'll talk about it later because that's not quite true. But I reckon you've got a few things that you can do with Sally's. I really like Pyroclasts.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I've played them.
Like Meltaguns on a 2-up Artificer Armour squad.
2 wounds
Actually,
as well.
yeah, 2 wounds each. They've all look at your Mordathan. They've done actually quite well in combat, even just with having
Yeah.
like chainsaws. And not only they're not the best, but there's been those times even in our games on the channel where they've surprised me and gone,
Yeah. We'll
like,
do some wounds, we'll win a combat.
yeah, and when you need it.
So,
and these guys are
for me-
overwatching.
Sally's units are better in Alpha Legion than they are in Sally's.
But we can't do that. Like,
No.
that's when we come to Alpha Legion.
Yeah,
we can
we'll do
talk
that.
about every single army.
Fire
over
Drakes
again.
are still pretty tasty, but you need somewhere, like a Spartan to get them where they need to go.
Yeah, because they're heavy. So it's that extra expense on the unit that you don't need in say.
Vulcan's alright. I've been looking at Vulcan.
He's not got brutal on his hammer.
He's got instant death, but it's not brutal.
When he starts smacking about a Primarch, it falls
It makes
down
no,
a bit.
it makes no difference. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't take prime marks.
Yeah, so go on. Where would you put? I put like low B, top C.
Yeah, they just need more help.
I think what it comes down
do what we need
to,
to do.
I said this in their review, which obviously you've watched, James,
Yeah.
but I think it falls down on the fact that Flamers, they're very reliant on getting close. They need the Overwatch reaction. It's not too bad against shooting armies, or if you can get there.
But you have to get there.
Yeah, if you can get there, which they struggle with.
That's the, yeah.
Against close combat armies, all your damage is up close, so you move close, and then you've got one Overwatch, or maybe 2 Overwatches with the right.
The Flamers are pretty good when you're on 2s most of the time with their Dragon's Breath.
But you can only do it once.
Yeah.
And it's not. If they had Torrent, or. I actually came down to, I think all Flamers should have a free Overwatch. Like, just. Do you know, like. Because it's so risky to get there.
Pyroclast, so the second mode of that is the Flamer mode, or the Dragon's Breath.
Who's going to use it?
But it's like, you need to position your squad so your template doesn't hit your own models, which is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, the Dark Angels get around it with their...
Well, he's got the 2 torrents
Because
at
the
the back.
the torrent ones are at the back, so they don't care.
And I know that's only 2, but it actually makes such a big difference.
When positioning the unit, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Go on.
unfortunately, I think they're...
Something has to go C, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's going to be Salamanders.
Sorry.
Sorry, Salamander. But no, it's... Maybe that is actually a breath of fresh air to them. Or maybe they've just heard it too many times. But yeah, any Salamanders players winning games.
You're pretty dope.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
So, did you get Sally's or did I?
I got Sally's.
Emperor's Children.
Ooh.
Right. Hard data because there's not actually that many players of Emperor's Children. I wouldn't say. I'd say there was a steep rise in 2.0, which might give us a bit of a clue to how good they are. Thunderhammer's Initiative 2 step.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Hitting before you hit is just annoying.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. So, do you know their advanced reaction off the top of your head?
Yes, it's something like they pass a leadership test when you charge them and they charge you.
Ah, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So quite alright, good. That triggers their... I say alright, that's actually good.
It's
very
annoying
good.
as hell. As a Raven Guard player who wants to charge things, it's very annoying.
Don't they have to actually make that charge as well, though?
So you can kind of temper it so it's unlikely, but still, the threat of it being there is annoying.
Yeah, like the problem with Emperor's Children, I don't think is that they're terrible. I think it's that the generic units with Emperor's Children rules.
What does the Emperor's Children rule do?
It's the +1 initiative step when you charge.
Oh, that's the generic rule.
Yeah, that's their generic rule. So,
is it when you charge or they charge you?
When they charge. So, and your reaction, I believe, is counted as charging. So it triggers their own rule.
So if they can charge you, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah. Like the Phoenix Spears and Rapiers is a 6-up rending, like I've just got there on the book. 6-up rend, Murderous Strike 6, so that's alright maybe, but
if
it's
you
not
can
going to
strike
do...
6s, it's good. If like, 5s is my border. I don't like having to rely on 6s for things.
Is it better than Initiative 2 Thunderhammers though? No. So where are we putting these? Because their units aren't the best because it's like... I don't think it's again relying on 6s. Who relies on 6s?
Yeah, it's just...
like your amazing combat, an expensive combat unit can reliably punk tactical marines.
Yeah.
Like,
cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Versus your Terminators, even Tartarus Terminators I go with.
They've got some
Initiative through Thunderhammers.
They've got some tasties, like the Rights of War, not bad. Like outflanking 3 units.
Oh, do you know what I forgot there? Cacophony are now really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, the amount of shots they put out is terrifying. So
Assault 3 gets hot. Pinning and Shell Shock.
Yeah.
With D-Flag, pretty dope, yeah.
It's the D-Flag, Strength 6.
Well.
Yeah, not terrible at all. They're fearless.
That's relevant, actually.
Which is really good. So you've got to kill every single one of them.
Yeah.
And 25 points each additional members.
Are pretty good. Like minus weapon skill, is it, or plus -1 to hit? So it's not even minus weapon skill; it's -1 to hit.
Yeah,
which is huge. I think you can make some pretty tasty lists, like the Maru Sakara. Is pretty nice. Like outflanking, like some guy was like, I'm going to outflank 3 Contemptors behind you, and they come on the turn I want them to come on.
The trouble is with that, outflank is trash now?
No, because it's flanking assault, which can come on behind you.
Oh, it's not outflank, it's flanking assault. Right,
flanking assault, sorry. So you can have the threat of 3 contemptors coming on at turn 2 behind you, if they can come on turn 2. They come on at some point. I think you get to pick the turn, is it? Yeah, so like turn 2, 3 contemptors. Oh, it says 4 units, and a unit of contemptors is
1 unit.
Yeah, so 3 contemptors and 2 other units coming on behind you turn 2.
Don't you mean 12 contemptors?
I mean, yeah, let's be fair. If you wanted to, it'd be 12 contemptors coming on behind you at turn 2, which is scary.
And charging from there.
Yes,
yeah.
because flanking assault allows you to charge when you come on.
Yeah.
That's very scary.
So, right, where are we putting Emperor's Children? Do you know what? We've not mentioned any other than Korax, we've not really mentioned any Primarchs.
Lion is nails.
Lion is nails, yeah.
Vulcan is... We mentioned Vulcan. Vulcan's alright.
Vulcan, yeah.
Needs brutal.
Lorgar?
Transfigured. Lorgar Transfigured is good, I guess. I don't know. I've played him like once and...
Not good enough to affect where the Legion comes.
No, him and Korax just slapped each other for a few turns until Korax got bored and hit him, run away and killed another unit.
So, Emperor's Children?
Low A.
Low A?
Above word bearers.
So
sure.
you're saying if you spec into Terminators charging out of stuff,
yeah,
and they're
fast as well, aren't they? Let's be fair, because they're all Tartarus.
Yeah, they're all Tartarus because you don't need that invulnerable save.
Yeah, you can have it. Yeah, you can make it way.
I reckon getting into
Sun
S.
Killers.
Oh, Sun Killers.
A tier done.
No, S, mate. S.
Right, okay.
Right.
S tier. Sun Killers.
So all the 2-run Terminators with their... So I know your Raven Talons are going to shred them, but I'm going to nail you with my Ignores cover, ignoring your shrouded Sun Killers. Right?
Yeah. Oh, Ignores cover. Yeah, S.
Yeah.
You know Sun Killers.
Like
so
if you build... Because if you build them
filthy
right,
as possible.
Yeah.
Rich Adams level. S tier.
Yeah.
Horrible, disgusting army.
I don't think we can say Rich Adams because that's a man that uses Demolisher Cannon Dracosans, which are like 250 points.
That was just for your fun game. I've seen his Warhammer World lists. That man is disgusting.
Right, okay.
Even when he deploys off the table with half his model.
And by which we don't mean in reserve.
No, just half the model off the table. Rich Adams.
Right, so S tier when built right. And when
built right, S tier.
So go on. Your next
I'm going to do it. Fists, top of the list. Yeah.
So we're just saying I've not yet seen. So should we go normal first and then we'll hit ridiculous fist?
Yeah. You do normal, I'll do ridiculous because I've thought out this list and it is.
You see, I have a different opinion on the ridiculous fist than you, but look, we can get to it.
Yeah.
So normal fists, who everyone runs Stone Gauntlet, right? So that means, do you know what? Not even as much now because their Legion rule is now good. All auto weapons plus 1 BS. That's built around your own army.
Yeah.
I think this is So Fist and Emperor's Children are the first two where we've actually got really good Legion rules.
Yes.
In our rundown up to now. Fist, auto weapons, amazing. Advanced reaction, amazing. All built around your own army.
Yeah,
at some point, someone's going to trigger
multiple builds as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be one build. You can do different builds around it.
Yeah, whether you're in tanks, whether you're infantry.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be heavy weapon squads gaining that plus 1 BS. It can be anyone with auto weapons.
No, it can be those heavy weapon squads with plus 1 BS taking a troop slot and having lied.
Yeah, because of their...
Yeah, because they're just filth. I'm sorry.
So
they are probably...
No, wait for it. Then we hit war gear. James. So in war gear we have Solarite Power Gauntlets. It's the best. It's one of the best, other than your Raven's Talons, which are very good in multiple attacks.
Yeah.
But there's very few Legion weapons that are actually better than generics, I would say. They're just alternate choices.
Yeah.
Solarite Power Gauntlet is a better Power Fist. It's maybe not quite a Thunderhammer because it's not got Brutal 2.
It's strength 10 though, isn't it?
Yeah, strength 10.
Strength 10 AP1, I believe. Something like that.
And I think it's Mastercrafted as well.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Right, so I think it's Mastercrafted as well. But really, what we're here for is the 3-up invuln on Tartarus Terminators.
Yeah, this shield is better than any other Storm shield. You give it anyone, it gives them a 3-up invuln. It's like, what the hell? That is amazing.
You've then got Rites of War, and that's where you get to re-rollable 4-ups on all of your troops.
Well, yeah.
All troops with shields.
Yeah.
So that's breachers, phalanx warders. You've got to take 2 squads at least of phalanx warders.
Which you'll do anyway, because they've got a rerollable 4-up in 1 and a power axe.
Yeah. And
one wound each. One wound each.
They're the only breacher squad in the game that can take melter bombs.
Yeah, for the entire unit.
Which means they do AP2 combat attacks. They're walking forwards with their 4-up rerollable. And they then, if they come into contact with a tank, by accident, because you don't really need to take out the tanks to win.
No.
Like in not Imperial
or Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, or Dreadnoughts. So they're a squad that counters everything just by moving forwards.
Downside, they are 1 wound each.
Yeah.
So they do die to bolters.
Yeah. Upside.
They're phalanx warders.
So upside, you can fit 80 of them with 7 tech marines.
Yeah.
A praetor and 2 centurions. Everyone has a boarding shield, right? That means the praetor has a 3-up rerolling.
Yeah.
That means the 2 centurions, you probably go forge lords. That means they get
Fafnir
a 3-up
Ram.
rerolling. Fafnir Ram and a praetor, all 3-up rerolling. You 7 tech marines all have a 3-up rerolling.
Yeah. 7 apothecaries.
No, because you don't even need them. Why are you bothering?
Because +1 field no pain when you're on objective, because they've got line.
Whatever.
So you've got a 4+ rerolling and a 4+ field no pain.
I at that point come down to whatever. You put down, you get your movement trays, right? And
Chris likes style movement trays.
Yeah, they line style from Minimag trays, really good. Check the link below. So you put them in a line and you move forwards and just slowly,
You just move forward.
You're heavy, so you're only going 7 inches.
So I've got a variant on this list. You don't have all the phalanx warders. You also have 2 to 3, we'll say 2, units of heavy support squads in rhinos, all with assault cannons, which rend and strength 6 or something. And you just zoom up the table, jump them out, they're assault, and they just rend through whatever they want, whilst this other stuff is just
whoa.
and they score.
Right. So that's quite good. However, you're overcomplicating it. You're adding this. So my plan to win the game, which probably would. I think we're in agreement of that.
No,
it probably would.
They're not fast though. They're slow.
It don't matter. You only have to get there turn 6, and then you just beat everything. So, my plan is move some more, and then charge. Right, and maybe you shoot your bolts on the way if you can be asked.
No.
If you can be bothered rolling the dice.
Right, no.
Right, your plan involves moving, and then you look at your tanks and you go, oh, I've got to move them somewhere as well. You've got to have a second slot in your brain for your plan, which means there's another possibility to fuck it up.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas with my phalanx warder plan, there's only one thing.
Yeah, but
I've entered there with a clear game plan.
If you stick apothecaries in yours, sure. Until then, you've still got a 4-up rerollable. You will. I will shoot bolters at them to kill them. I will shoot bolters at them because it will kill some of them. And I don't shoot bolters because they're shit. But they're 1 wound models with 3-up save, a 4-up rerollable,
which comes out better than a 3-up.
Yeah. You shoot bolters at them, they die. They're 1 wound each.
Oh, I take that tank out of my tech marine. Because then he has a 3-up rerollable.
Someone has a
86%
Volkite heavy support squad, which is something that's happening now. That'll rinse them.
Right. We had the.
You had the apothecary.
Yeah, you had the apothecaries. It takes it down to
It's a no-brainer.
If we conservatively call it 60 phalanx warders.
Yeah, you just
and it'll be more than that.
Moving forward a few turns, sit on objectives. If your unit takes casualties, sit a different unit on the objective. Sure.
Right. So we're saying C tier.
Trash mate.
No, right, so S tier, right?
Yeah,
and we're being a bit facetious with that. I've not actually seen either of those builds.
So I've seen a variant of this with just normal breaches.
Right.
And tech marines and apothecaries.
They have the tech marines with the 3-up reroll?
Yeah, with our good friend Chris Johal, who does this. And even with normal breaches, it is so irritating, and it just works.
So it wasn't an Imperial Fist?
No, it was just normal breaches, which don't have a re-rollable in-one, they just have an in-one.
Yeah. So
it's just good.
Stacking that
and then if you put that on, it's so hard to lose.
Yeah.
The only games you lose are where the objective is in your opponent's deployment zone.
Yeah.
The game is 4 turns and you can never get there. But a 6-turn game,
Yeah, there are ways to lose, aren't there? Like objectives and people infiltrate. Do you know, stuff like that? But they are an S tier army.
Yeah.
Because it's like the list that we just gave, are very facetious, but it's hard to make a bad
Not even
fist
talk about
list.
Dawn. Dawn is horrible. You can't wound him on anything better than a 4-up.
Yeah. Yeah, and you never get a charge bonus against him.
No. He's just a good primal.
And he gives +1 leadership to the entire army off the top of my head.
Everything can use his leadership. Something. It's like what the Lion can do, I think.
Right, okay.
It's similar to that.
Right, so anyway, S tier.
S tier.
Yeah, because I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
That's not a point that needs to be proved. You just did fists. I'm going to go World Eaters. We'll save where they come until after we've talked about it. Right.
So they fall into a bit of the Salamanders issue of you need to get them there.
Yeah.
So the reason the Raven Guard are better than the World Eaters is I get there faster and then chop things. These guys need Land Raiders and Spartans, really. Like, you can put them in Rhinos, but you're just getting out and standing there for a turn.
You think you need that over doing like the 120 Tactical Marine? Or, not Tactical Marine.
120
Despoilers.
They're not fearless, are they?
No.
So they're just guys running forward with a 3-up save. You need to get them there.
Their Legion rule is +1 attack on the charge.
Flanks Blades are amazing.
Yeah.
Like if you get there, they'll chop stuff up if you get there.
Yeah.
But you need to get there. And you need a transport mechanism. So like if one unit gets there, you'll kill something and then die.
Yeah.
Like you need your entire army to hit there.
Yeah, I think there's just too many. Like they sort of got to a position where they were reasonably good in Heresy 1.
Yeah.
Because they have their stacking attacks, their hatreds, their rerolls. I think too much has been taken away from them. That Angron's pretty good as a squad mincer or like a praetor mincer, but he's not actually a challenge character, which is spot on.
Yeah.
Because I mean he only mooks Gulliman, but Perturabo does him in.
And Sangi does him in as well.
Sangi does him in, yeah, it's demon. Oh my god.
Sangi does him in. It's like,
I know we knew that fluff anyway. That's hardly spoilers, but
yeah. The Legion rule's pretty good. +1 attack on the charge.
That can't be taken away.
Yeah, can't be taken away.
You see, I think it's quite good, but
5+ feel no pain advance reaction. It's not bad.
5 will feel no pain advance reaction. That's not good.
It's not bad.
What is the part of it that makes it good? Because I could already get a 5-up shrouded.
I don't know. if you ignore cover, you still get it. But if you shoot with a strength 10 unit, they die. I don't know. It's alright.
Does not stack or increase. So the reacting unit may make a charge in this shooting phase,
and then get a 5+ spin.
If they're within 12 inches and you shoot them, that's quite good. So once you get into your enemy's lines.
Yeah, you're worried that if you shoot them, they're going to get into combat.
They're going to do you in a second time in that turn.
You said rampages are pretty decent. They're a lot of attacks
with the phalanx blades.
Yeah,
that's
butchers. Good. Yeah.
The trouble is with red butchers, people are always hitting you on 5s because they've got ravening madmen. Yeah, 3s. Yeah. Sorry.
They're dishing out some damage at weapon skill 5.
But they're just very expensive now. So like their dual chain fist or dual thunderhammer. I just don't think they're the best. Always being hit on 3s is such a negative. It takes away one of the benefits of your weapon skill 5. Only devoured
can take a chain fist.
Yeah.
So they've just got lightning claws or power axes.
Yeah. So you really want your Terminator squads doubling out other things.
Yeah.
Because you need at some point this unit that takes out a Death Star. World Eaters, that's going to be a combat unit, which means your combat unit needs to be better than their combat unit.
And if your combat unit's letting them hit you on 3s...
Yeah. Which, if we go for the combat units are both going to be weapon skill 5...
Yeah.
Well, you've just got a big downside there.
Yeah. I think they can work. I think when they work better than Sally's. So I'll put them above Sally's.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because... everyone's going to get shot, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get shot, no matter what. So then, Sally's need to get close to do their damage, but aren't that great in combat. I know Drake's...
they're alright.
Yeah. But the army's bonuses aren't built around combat.
No.
Whereas at least when World Eaters get close,
their bonuses are ability.
Yeah. And you're charging again based on your advance reaction when you need it. Where do we think? Low B, upper C?
Definitely B, not C.
Right.
I'm not sticking them in C. They're just... yeah, you can make them work.
You heard it here. James is doing World Eaters. Where
I'm going to go for this one that I can see, because it's spicy. Sons of Horus.
Well, judging by their performance on the channel, trash.
I'm going to go A tier. If you can't win with the Sons of Horus army, you're not a good player.
Unless you're playing Fists, Raven Guard, or
that's the joke. Sons of Horus are pretty good. So -1 to wound in combat.
Yeah, no, -1 to the enemy's strength, because you don't get doubled out by other people's Thunderhammers or Power Fists.
Which is amazing.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wounding your Contemptor, and it's when you charge or they charge.
Yeah.
So if you charge the unit and then someone else comes to help,
you get
like the enemy, you get it again.
Yeah.
It triggers. I think it's good for the Dreadnoughts, where Power Fists go to wounding your Dreadnoughts on 4s or your Leviathans on 5s.
Yeah.
I think that's actually quite good.
It means some things just can't wound. It's like a reversed fist.
It means Melter Bombs wound your Leviathans on 5s.
It's a reverse. I said fist. It's a reversed Iron Hands rule. They get it from shooting, you get it from combat.
Yeah.
It's if you can get in combat, it's really good.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. I think because at the start of Heresy 1, because we've waited quite a bit to do this tier list. It's
We've
been
got a lot of Imperial.
Yeah, like nine months.
Played a lot of games.
Yeah, there was a lot of like complaints or bad feeling around Sons of Horus at the start, and I think that's because they now play completely differently to how they played in 1.0. But I think once you've got your army set up there, they're actually quite good. They're actually good.
Yeah.
So, like, how do we think Just Airing are?
I don't like Just Airing.
You don't like Just Airing?
I've played against
I don't think Horus is great.
Horus, no.
He's just too many points.
Yeah, 600 points base. It's too much.
Yeah, he's just too many. Because his profile isn't that much better than everyone else's.
No, and his equipment isn't that much better.
And he's still only doing one thing a turn. Yeah.
Just Airing, I don't like them. I don't think they're as good as... I don't think they're that points amount of good.
No, when a Dominator squad is 225 or with Thunderhammers, Just Airing being 275...
It's just too much for
Not good enough.
Like, 2 wounds each. Like, if they had 3 wounds each, then sure.
Yeah.
2 wounds each is too low for that amount of points for what they do.
Yeah, I 100%.
And they've got this weird power axe as well.
Yeah, the Carnosan.
Yeah, the AP3 power axe with Breaching 5+. It's like, just give me a power axe.
Breaching 5 is...
Yeah, it hits it initiative, sure.
It's not what you want your Terminator unit to be doing. I don't want to be taking a Terminator unit to kill a tactical squad.
Yeah, you're going to give them more Thunderhammers, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, because that is where the game centres around now, right? Everyone gets a Thunderhammer that can...
Unless you can strike first and kill the model with a Thunderhammer.
Yeah. Unless you like more data than as you found.
Yeah,
or at least, Oh, sorry, I keep saying more data.
Yeah. They knew what you meant as well.
Yeah. Probably. Reavers, attack squads, and aggressor assault squads. So the jump pack version, I actually quite like.
Precision shots and strikes is pretty alright. Strikes more than shots.
Counter attack as well.
Trolls and warriors on all of them with 2 wounds.
I don't think they're the best unit ever, but they're not being doubled out by Power Fists, which makes them that little bit better.
For what they've got, 135 points is not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty tasty.
Not the best unit, I don't think, alone, but when you stack it with a Legion rule, Abaddon's good. He's got so he's getting -1 to strength of attack
and battle hardened.
So you need to have Dawnbringer or Forgebreaker to double out to do in Abaddon.
Yeah.
Or have an instant death thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a bit of a shame about Just Airing. They just have too many points. Yeah. Maybe they need that. They need that 3 wound.
Give them battle
harden. Because they should be like real. To me, speaking as not a Sons of Horus player, Just Airing is still the premier. To me, Terminators.
They should be the best.
Yeah, everything about Sons of Horus, like they were very good in First Ed with their +1 BF. People complain about it, but actually, when someone puts down a Sons of Horus army, you want to be a bit scared of him because he's like these are the absolute murderers of the heresy.
Beat him.
I'm happy with A.
Yeah, we'll stick with A. Yeah.
Do we think that word bearers are holding on in A? I don't think they're as bad as world eaters.
Are they as good as Sons of Horus? I think if you put them against each other, the word bearers beat Sons of Horus.
Do you think?
No, -1 strength. No, they don't.
No.
-1 strength. Yeah.
No. Do we think they're the same level as world eaters?
Yeah. You stick word bearers and world eaters top tier lists against each other, or the best list I think I can make for them.
So world eaters, word bearers both beat tier then?
I think word bearers would beat world eaters in a smash of heads.
Oh, I don't mean like, but they're both big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. So the word bearers have now been relegated for now to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you pick last?
I picked that just to troll Phil.
Oh, I know what that one is. We can sort of see through the cards that we're using. So, Ultramarines.
They're basically blue fists, aren't they? Let's be fair.
S.
Yeah. Do we need to talk about these?
+1 BS. I know it's per model is a great Legion rule. It's a 35-point tax for a Rhino to bubble your squad around, and you get +1 BS for the Rhino shooting its combi bolter.
I mean,
Suzerain are all characters. Yeah. Fulham and Tyrus are in the game.
Suzerain are all characters. They're all lined. They all have a shield on their back instead of on their arms, so they still get attacks in combat. Suzerain are the best unit in the game.
One of.
No. I cannot think of a better unit than Suzerain.
Suppose they've got 4 up in combat, haven't they? So they can still sweep.
They're all characters. They're not chosen warriors, they're all characters.
Yeah.
So you can dip wounds on every single one of them.
10 wounds before the squad.
Yeah, so we're just talking the unit on its own before you put anything with them. Best unit in the game.
I'm trying to think. Give me a second. I'm trying to think of one that is better. Fist Terminators with Thunderhammers and 3 up saves.
Dotted line.
They do when I have a Herald.
We said without adding anything into them.
Pride of the Legion.
That's adding something to them. The base entry in the book, without anything else around it.
Do you think the line matters that much when you're...
I suppose I play a lot of the Warhammer World missions where you score each turn.
No, so
even at the end of the game...
I suppose they can get there and then next turn they score without having to move attack.
At an event, I played an Ultramarines player who put a unit of Caesarean on an objective, and I looked at it with my Dark Furies and went, I'm going to the other side of the board, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah, like I tried to play objectives as much as possible.
Yeah, but they just, for point, what they have, they're amazing.
Yeah, I think it says something that Praetorian Breachers aren't actually that bad.
No.
When you look at them in, do you know, like
if you gave them to any other army, they'd be amazing.
Yeah, they'd be like,
I'll take them.
Because think of how good, as we were saying, Chris's Iron Hands Breachers are. Well, they're just better versions of them.
They're so good. Chris has allied his Caesarean into his Iron Hands army.
Of course he has.
There you go. Says it all.
Gulliman is good.
Yeah, he's a
really good baller.
Yeah, he's alright. Full Monteris. I don't rate them as high. I don't rate them as high as everyone else does, but they are.
Do you know?
Good. No.
Right, 24-inch range Thunderhammers that can shoot over terrain, over line of sight blocking terrain.
Yeah, we just said I play Raven Guard. I charge you from 26 inches away, or 27 inches away.
That's a very specific instance.
Yeah, but so I don't rate them as highly.
Yeah,
because I.
But they've got a 30-inch threat range, so long as in my turn, I've stayed 25 inches away from them.
And no one shot them with last cannons beforehand to kill them to go over range.
But I'm behind cover.
You can't. If you're behind cover, you're 24 inches away and you can't shoot me.
No, I'm behind cover, and now I have a bubble protected from the Dark Furies. Because you go off and punk whatever unit. I've also got some Suzerain. Do you know, stacking up the army, like, the Fulham and Tyrus provide that bubble for you Dark Furies to not come into. Because you can't be the first one to move into that bubble. And the Suzerain are also providing, like, 7-inch plus their charge. They've got more... We're arguing over like whether it's S or S.
Oh yeah, the rest here. It's a good unit. I said I don't rate them as highly. I didn't say they're not good.
We've said we'll do Primarchs. Let's also do Terminators.
Yeah, Legion Terminators.
And then like maybe combat units as well.
Sure.
Right, cool.
Ultramarines, S tier.
S tier, solid. Alpha Legion.
Ooh.
Right, so now we talk about every other Legion again.
We should have just done Alpha Legion first, and then we could have done every other Legion.
Yeah.
And saved an hour.
Yeah, exactly. You've got a solid advanced reaction.
Yeah.
Your Legion rule works against combat armies and shooting armies.
And better in night fighting as well. So it stacks with night fighting. Night fighting. And
stacks with units that Alpha Legion players want to play as well. Like recon squads are very fluffy for Alpha Legion. It stacks with that.
Headhunters.
Yeah. Headhunter Leviathan is really good.
Yeah, it's like the Raven Guard Decap Strike. You get +2 victory points for killing your Warlord and your Headhunter units.
We didn't mention Decap Strike on Raven Guard. Another reason why they remain in S tier.
Because +2 victory points in a low victory point game is high.
Yeah.
And Alpha Legion, because they've got precision shots on their Headhunters, you
can all take combi melters.
And multi-melters, and they're relentless. Yeah. So they just go all this melter on your Primarch and it's still dead.
And it's like 170 points to have that like kill team. So you have 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, they're troops, so you can have 6 of them.
Yeah. But even with 3 of them, you're on average taking out a Praetor. So you take 3 squads of them, or like with 1 squad, you on average take out a Praetor. So you take 3 squads, turn 1, all of your characters are dead.
Yeah. Exodus, brutal 2 sniper rifle.
Yeah.
He's got a Thunderhammer sniper rifle. I say he has, both of them have because it's not unique, so you can take 2 Exodus.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got Master of Lies, so when you've infiltrated, or is it whichever Warlord trait it is, I think it's Master of Lies, you can redeploy after having infiltrated before the game starts. So, and it's after Seize as well. So
Alpharis can do something similar as well.
Yeah. So it means you can infiltrate everything. Oh, I've not seized.
I'm going back,
Yeah. Very good. They can steal coils, they can steal other people's units.
They get a unit from another army. So like all the good units we've talked about from the other armies, Caesarian, Fulmataris. I've not spoken about the They're the 2 you're going to take, aren't they?
Do you know what? We mentioned those 2. Ultramarines have Horus Storm squads, which are actually okay as well.
Yeah.
Like they're not
bad, yeah.
And I'd be happy with them.
Yeah. I'd love them. They'd be awesome.
Yeah. Rewards of treason is, and that's now a base rule. That's not a coils rule.
That's a base rule. So your army just takes a unit of Caesarian or Fulmataris. They've got a right of war where you can take 2 more.
Those are the only 2 that you'd ever take.
Yeah. Like if you wanted to win, you just take them because they are, as we said, the 2 best units in the game.
Yeah, it's all coming up Alpha Legion, to be honest.
Yeah. Saboteur's pretty good. It's got the Calidus Assassin rule, where you can't shoot it or charge it until it shoots. Oh, you can't shoot it until it shoots, I think. It's not as good as a Calidus, but it's still...
Do you need it to be? I don't think it's where I'd be spending my HQ choice.
No.
But still...
Bolters are pretty tasty. Breaching 6 up.
Yeah, it's still good. It's not terrible.
Power daggers are a good war gear item.
For 5 points a model. Yeah.
AP3,
I go with
Sudden Strike 1.
Every sergeant in your army should have a power dagger, really.
Just
for 5 points.
Shank a guy at Initiative 5.
Yeah.
Jobs are good.
So, where do we think?
Oh, you could A tier these guys, couldn't you?
Do we think only A?
Alpharius isn't the best Primarch. He does a bit, but
he's not your
lot.
Primarch killer, though. Like, one thing is, like, when I was doing the review of him, I was like, all the characters are actually not character killers. This is pretty much the only... I would say this is pretty much the only army where your characters don't need to be better than everyone else's characters.
Exodus is a character killer. Both the Exodus you take are character killers.
I think he's better at killing squads because he's got an AP2 Assault 3 sniper rifle. You start hosing down squads, right? Because your headhunters have already taken out their characters. Like first turn, headhunters take out all the characters because Exodus isn't doubling them out because he's only strength 7.
No, but he's got a brutal 2. He hits Primarchs.
Yeah, but
and tanks. But yeah, I get your point.
You know what I mean? Like
he's there as a force multiplier, not to kill things.
Yeah,
I would say A tier. Just Any army we can get any army we can get 2 victory points for killing a warlord.
Yeah.
Without any real setbacks. Because there isn't really any limitations to this.
See, I would say on the same level as Emperor's Children, so I'd say maybe knock Emperor's Children to A+.
And put Alpha above him.
And put Alpha at A+.
Yeah.
Like, this is getting a very crowded...
top section. Everything. We might have to just chuck everything down a level.
Well, that might end up being the case. So, next one. Night Lords.
We talked about Raven Guard being good for not caring about night fighting. These guys are the same. You take curse, everything gets prey sight.
And
Fear.
Fear 3, is it?
Fear is amazing.
Yeah.
And you just go, night fighting's on.
Yeah.
All my last cannons can see your last cannons that can't see me back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the trouble is, I think with Night Lords, I think you've got a very good Legion rule. It works in shooting and combat now.
Yeah. Because
Talent for Murder is just you have to outnumber them shooting and combat. It's very, very good. Your advanced reaction is something.
Yeah, it does a thing. Yeah, it does indeed do a thing.
It does. I think the extension of night fighting further than Raven Guard benefits them really well. Because Raven Guard can't actually extend night fighting.
Yeah, so take Terror Assault and go, it is night fighting and it's night fighting for longer.
Yes. So advanced reaction, you can choose to fall back and immediately regroup having fall back. It's an out of sequence movement. So basically, like they declare an assault,
And I go,
you
no.
fall back 2d6. I think that's incredibly good.
Yeah, I think that's tight.
Yeah.
Terror Assault is amazing.
Yeah.
It is probably the go-to.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's the Clan Lord thing where you can do.
I don't think that is as good as Terror Assault for me personally.
No, because bites aren't as good in this edition.
One thing I think that doesn't put them into S tier is their prey sight is more expensive than what is better in improvisers, because improvisers also give you +1 BS and is 10 points rather than 20 points for prey sight. I think your squads slightly overlap too much.
See, but
Go on, James. Go on.
take Curse, everything gets night vision in your army. Everything. All infantry gets night vision.
Yeah.
Infantry
That's
not
very.
cavalry. To take Curse and
And
force
he's-
night fighting.
Yeah.
And you're taking Curse because he's a monster.
I imagine pretty much every legion that we're talking about takes their Primarch. If we're talking about what is the best, I'd say Fists is
Sons of
possibly
Horus,
the
though.
only one that you
Sons of
might
Horus.
not.
Sons of Horus don't.
Yeah, it's too expensive. Yeah.
Um,
So one thing that I think it falls down at just going through them in general, rather than like best of the best army. Contencar aren't great Terminators. Night Raptors I think are much better now, but quite
still-
like them.
they're still not the best.
Still not the best. I think they fall down.
Like, Sergeant
at-
doesn't even get Artificer armor free.
No, but I think one of the things is they fall down at AP. When you need AP2, they've not got it readily.
Yeah.
Which is a very Night Lords thing. They're punking like the weak chaff units. So you need those generic units in there to take out the AP2.
Yeah.
If you can do that, they come together.
Terror Squads are pretty tasty.
Yeah, not against 2-up saves though.
Yeah.
Well, I think
they're not headhunters.
Yeah.
They're worse than headhunters.
So do we think these are worse than Alpha Legion? Yeah, Alpha Legion's A+. We could put Night Lords in A tier.
I mean, I
And it all
think they're
makes
A
sense.
tier because most of the games you're building an army to play around a standard game. They go, it's night fighting, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And I've built my army around night fighting. So I've built my army around something you've not built your army around.
Yeah. Do we think people aren't building their armies around it? No.
Around night fighting, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if
Like you'll have the odd
'Cause
you'll have the
Cognos
odd Cognos Signum in the last cannon squad, and that's it.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's not building around it.
I suppose not when an entire army's got it.
Yeah, my entire Night Lords army can see in the dark.
Yeah, true. So go on, where are we putting these?
I'm just.
You were so unsure about this, aren't you?
The issue is that Kurz is a traitor, so you can't take him as a loyalist Primarch. That is the issue.
What is that? So we'll have to be playing. Is that so we'll have to be playing against the loyalists?
Yeah, you'll have to. So the Night Lords will have to play against the loyalists. The loyalists have the best legions in the
Well,
game.
we've not established that yet.
Oh, we've talked about Fists and Ultramarines. So
Everyone will be able to see this on the screen, but
there have to be A tier,
not A+.
not A+. They're A tier. Everything has fear, which is nice. All the special units, sorry, have fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think A. I don't think there can be any argument made that they're B tier.
No.
But I also don't think I don't think they're as good as Raven Guard, definitely not. And I don't think they're as good as Initiative 2 Thunderhammers.
No.
Or Alpha Legion being
further away.
And also getting the +2 victory points.
Yeah, the +2 VP just pushes them over.
Blood Angels. I'm going to come out and say it. I think B.
Okay, yeah.
Right. The Legion rule only triggers on the charge. Sons of Horus triggers when you're charged as well.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not. It's a comparable Legion rule as well because it's +1 to wound or +1 strength versus the Sons of Horus is opposite of that. Yeah. So Sons of Horus works in twice the instances.
So right? I'd say B bordering A, and the reason I say that is the Day of Revelation, Rite of War, lets you deep strike the majority of your army on turn 2.
Do we need a D tier so that we can actually fit all these in?
Yeah, we'll recategorize it
after this.
But you have a couple of units hidden at the back. Turn 1, turn 2, your entire army deep strikes in front of them, and charges them and kills them all. Like but you charge in. One unit is disordered.
Yeah.
Or whatever, so it gets placed. Oh, you place the first unit, sorry, and then other units can get chunked around if they need to. If it's disordered, but it's probably not going to be disordered.
What happens when I have augury scanners and I intercept your 3 best units with las cannons and very good shooting units?
Then you get slapped for putting them in a position where they can get shot by 3 las cannon units.
Is that why it comes down to 3 las cannon units?
Yeah.
But no,
I get your point. Yeah. So they're not A because interceptors a thing.
Yeah, I think they're too reliant on mechanics that aren't as good in version 2.
Yes, reserves.
Yeah. And they have a worse Legion rule than Sons of Horus. I don't think the Perdition weapons are that good anymore.
No, other than the axe.
The Brutal 2 is quite good.
The Axe of Perdition is the only Perdition weapon you take. It's AP2 with Brutal. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you take a Power Sword with Brutal?
But it's still going last. But even it might be Brutal 2, but it's still going last.
Not doubling out.
And my Power Fist doubles you out and doesn't care about Brutal 2.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I actually I think they're slightly. I think they're better than World Eaters and Word Bearers because they're faster. They're all going to be jump pack infantry.
Yeah, their dreadnoughts fly.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah. It's right. We'll pause and we'll reshuffle. So we have moved down all of the tiers, which you guys should hopefully see right now. So we've got A, B, C, D, and trash.
Which you're classing as everything other than Marines.
Well, it now includes Sally's.
No, Sally's a D tier. We're not.
Oh, S, A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. So next, did you draw Night Lords?
I did, yes.
I suppose it doesn't even matter.
I know you skip it.
1,000 Suns.
C.
C.
Just because they've got a bit. The psychic puts them above Sally's, I want to say. It's not the greatest of psychic stuff they can do, but they can do a fair bit of psychic stuff. Their characters are all librarians.
Well, yeah, they can all take. I know it's a bit tired now mentioning telepathy, but
it's not even the best one anymore.
Well, but you can do both of it. Like you can do either of it. Like you can do the flesh changing stuff. What is it? Iron flesh to get the +1 toughness.
Oh yeah, the biomancy power.
Yeah. You can do biomancy with one of them. You can turn off reactions.
The special units are pretty good. Like the Blade Occult just have a lot of attacks.
Do you think Blade Occult are that brilliant?
No, but I like Blade Occult. They're like my favourite 1,000 Suns unit.
You can't start fluffing it now. I think Raptora is good. I know you capped at 4+ because you told me. But I think Raptora is good. It means your Tartarus can have 4 up and still sweep.
Blade Occult, alright. They're fast. Weapon skill 5, double wound, well 2 wounds, sorry. 4 swords.
4 swords, because you might sneak that wound through and they're all strength 8. Oh no, it's
Achaea 4 swords, so they all become strength 6, I believe, is how that works.
Oh, that's rubbish. I know wounded on 2s, but...
Yeah, rending 6 up, +2 strength.
Yeah.
At initiative
So it becomes strength 6.
They have their own psychic power, which gives them +1 movement, weapon skill, and attacks. So they become weapon skill 6.
Yeah, that's good because it means the incoming damage gets negated quite a lot by that.
They're a good unit.
They don't have an invuln save though, so although you're negating damage with the higher weapon skill, you don't have that additional step of negating it, so it's actually worse than a 5-up save.
You can make them Raptora.
To get a 6-up?
6-up invuln for the unit.
Yeah, but I know, right, so
yeah, they're not
that's
Terminators.
What I do.
Yeah, they're not Terminators. I think you can be Raptora.
It's in the level of another squad that's good at taking out tacticals.
Yeah. I mean, with that many rending attacks, though, they're going to kill Dreadnoughts as well.
Yeah, but...
Like, because they've got, what? 2 attacks base, extra close combat weapon, charge, psychic power. So you've got 4 attacks each guy, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s with rending.
And a full squad is 265 points, approximately.
Yeah. They're fast as well.
Yeah.
They're all right. They're not
I don't
bad.
love them. The tailoring of the cult arcana
makes them
better because you tailor it per squad. As we were saying about Dark Angels, I just don't think
it's as good as
Dark Angels.
Which I agree with. Yeah.
Yeah. The Rites of War gaining Fear 1 and Deep Striking for Guard of the Crimson King
is still good.
Fear 1 is very good.
Yeah. I don't like reserves that you can't pick the turn they come in anymore. Because at turn 4, if they've not come in, they die.
Yeah, but surely now you need the re-rolling augury web.
Yeah.
So you then.
So if you have like a master, you need a master of signals in your army,
Yeah.
which means that's a HQ slot you've got less.
Yeah.
If your opponent has a master of signals, it's disordered.
No, agreed. Like I never deep strike anything anymore.
No.
Like it's. C.
Yeah.
C. It's
in a fight. I think they'd be Blood Angels.
Do you?
It's just got more psychic for what they need to do as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? I know you said telepathy's like not even the best one anymore.
It's still
but
good,
still, it's turning off someone's reaction. Like when we get to Space Wolves, that will be really, really good against them.
Yeah.
Surprisingly against Space Wolves, but like against any of these, I suppose your Raven Guard shutting down their 4-up Feel No Pain reaction.
Stopping them
4-up Shrouded. Sorry,
stopping them up. I don't need to turn off the Shrouded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you turn off my Shrouded,
And it means that you don't have to sacrifice a HQ slot to go for Librarian to do that.
Yeah.
It means you can have...
My Praetor can do it.
My Siege Breaker can do it. My Master of Signals. Do you know, like...
Yeah.
You were saying, like, you need that Master of Signals. Well, yeah, but he's a dual role Master of Signals. He's not just a Master of Signals. Like... Oh, I'm
Magnus got his Shrouded back as well when Korex got his.
I'm torn with going C+. Or maybe even B.
Bottom of B. I could get along with bottom of B.
Let's put
B.
we can't have another middle tier between the two now.
They're in B. They're in B.
And we can maybe they're off the chart on B for the second.
Yeah.
Right. Are you next?
Let's got this one.
Death Guard. Right.
Tasty.
Heavy weapon squads is non-compulsory troops. They don't gain line.
Yeah.
They can move and fire though.
And
incredible. They tank counter stationary when moving. Incredible. They are the fastest legion now, I would say.
You're forgetting difficult terrain everywhere, dangerous terrain everywhere.
I'm not forgetting. I just didn't have. It was all building up.
Yeah.
Your Praetor has Fear 2, is it?
Does he?
Yeah.
Jesus.
With the Warlord trait, your Praetor gets Fear 2.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they're A tier. There's not a question. They're not going below A tier. Mortarion is a beast. You just teleport somewhere.
Yeah, Reaper's Visage. So it's better than Fear 2. So any enemy unit with at least one model within 12 must reduce the leadership of all models in the unit by 2 when making a leadership chest morale or attempting to regroup.
Yeah, that's just good.
So it doesn't work against independent characters or Primarchs, but...
They're fearless anyway, Primarchs.
Yeah, but it's better because it will stack with any fear you manage getting. I'm not looking whether or not they can get fear, but anything that ignores fear doesn't ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Yeah, it's like Creeping Death is incredibly good if you're not taking the Reaping.
Yeah,
Rad grenades on every squad that you want that's got
my only
character.
issue with Death Guard is Death Shroud Terminators
being not great.
Being in Tartarus armor instead of Cataphracti. That's it. Stick them in Cataphracti, they're just better.
See, I don't think they're good enough to go up against other Legion-specific Terminators. So then, at that point, I don't think they need the Cataphracti as much.
Weapon skill 5.
So you're hitting off
Battle
fours.
hardened.
Yeah.
So they're not getting doubled out by Thunderhounds.
Their initiative, they're AP3 though.
Yeah, because
that's the problem.
Does Power Size not Rend? Oh no, they've got Reaping Well, haven't they?
I think they might have Rend as well.
Oh, they've Rend in 6+ Reaping Well. Yeah.
But who relies on a 6-up?
No, you don't rely on 6-ups. Grave Wardens are alright.
Mm-hmm.
3 Shrouded 6-up.
Don't see them that much anymore though.
No.
You used to see loads of them.
Because they're a heavy choice.
Yeah, but even like, it used to be reliant on getting a billion like frag grenade hits basically on units, like 20 frag grenade shots.
Because heavy support units are troops and they're just better. You just walk forward with las cannons and zap things as you go in.
I suppose, but I don't think Grave Wardens are there anymore.
No.
They're just not there anymore. I think Death Shroud aren't there anymore.
No.
And I think they're a very good Legion. They're not S tier.
As you said before, they are very good at killing tactical marines in combat.
And and I'm being facetious when I say that because obviously they'll kill like veterans or things.
Yeah.
But a tooled up unit of anything will kill those things.
You want this to be able to kill the Terminators as well.
Yeah. So where do we think A or B?
A.
Right, based on the Warlord trait,
based on their Legion trait, based on their reaction of feel no pain to a unit.
Yeah, Feel No Pain 4+. Good.
He's good. Mortarion is a beast. Hard to kill now. You can only rend him on a 6. Poison doesn't work on him. Fleshbane 6 as well. He's good. Fear 2 innately.
Mortarion is always good. Can he still vaporise through walls? It's been a while since I played
he just teleports.
Yeah, A.
Death Guard A tier. Do you want to know what's hilarious?
Can I also say?
Yeah.
Inzo Metalis S tier. Because Mortarion going through walls is the most ludicrous shit I've ever seen people do. Next, we've got... I dropped it and going to have to be...
Yeah.
Iron Warriors. And we both play Iron Warriors. So maybe just fast forward to the next bit.
Because they're A tier.
I say trash and I'm such a pro for winning with them. Right.
Like I said this on the Iron Warriors review, the fact they're in the game changes the game.
And I said this in the Iron Warriors review.
It's win more.
It's win more. It relies on your opponent's army.
Yes.
Everything in S and A tier that we've got currently relies on your build.
Yes.
Everything. Then Legions in S and A rely on your. This relies on your opponent's army.
Playing an Iron Warriors army with my army, they are very upset that I have no tanks because they have no Legion rule anymore.
They get to pop Kratos and Flare Shielded. Can you Flare Shielded Spartans still?
Dreadnoughts, like it's knocking around.
Win more. Like it's,
the things that kill Dreadnoughts.
Fulham and Taurus are better than our Tyrants.
Yeah.
Your
advanced reaction can be basic.
Advanced reaction debatable. Sun Killers are much better than
Havocs.
Havocs. You've got Iron Circle, which are okay, but they can't run. So
can't be a retinue for Petravo anymore.
Yeah, they've not got a good enough save.
Did you see that?
Yeah, because of the amount of points.
Yeah.
So they've not got good enough save, they've not got enough attacks. Dominators are very good, but they're not as good as Just Staring even. I suppose they're cheaper.
Yeah.
So Dominators actually weirdly keeping us in.
I'd say
B+.
Yeah, because the things that are in C tier require getting to you. So you need the tanks.
Yeah.
And the Iron Warriors take that out so they can't get to you anymore. Because we said World Eaters aren't fast enough on their own, Sallies aren't fast enough on their own, Blood Angels get Augury Scanned, which Iron Warriors have shit tons of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, I wouldn't even say B+. Looking at what's in B at the moment, I think Iron Warriors fit nicely into B.
Right.
I think Thousand Suns go back to C. Just looking at those B tiers at the moment.
Yeah.
Like it's Iron Warriors fairly like just solid. Like I know I just complained about the Legion rule, but yes, when you fire at a tank,
it dies.
It dies.
Yeah.
So that means I don't need to worry about them that much. All the rest of the Legions still need to dedicate more effort.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
It's a type of unit that I can take out. Yes, people aren't taking tanks as much.
So
but it's a solid.
I think I said at the beginning of the video, most armies will have a compulsory heavy support choice of 10 las cannons. Iron Warriors don't need that. They can have 10 autocannons, which dual purpose now.
Well, I actually think you still take las cannons, not
because
in
they're
Havocs,
amazing.
Because when someone happens to take a flare shielded something,
you
can still pen it.
Yeah.
And it's doubling your chances of actually doing stuff to it.
Yeah.
And las cannons are obviously amazing. so yeah, B tier.
Right.
B tier.
I know we've got wars left, but I can't remember what the other legion is.
Scars.
Oh, there's 3 left.
Yeah.
We'll do Scars next.
You forgot Iron Hands.
PTSD, mate. PTSD has forgotten Iron Hands.
Scars.
A tier. Absolute, not a question. Fastest army in the game. Get wherever they want to get. You can't catch them.
But they lost Toughness 5.
And bikes is the fastest army in the game. They get wherever they want. You try and shoot them and they move.
Right. This is based off the best players playing.
Yeah.
I think, I agree with you. A tier. And that's because you stop your opponent from playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't interact with your opponent that
the only
much.
reason
you make them take saves.
They're A and not S is because their combat unit isn't as good as the Raven Guard combat unit. So they may be faster, but they still have to shoot.
Yeah, there'll be that when you're in an objective game.
Yeah.
You lose a turn because the next turn you follow up onto the objective.
Yeah.
Not you get into combat and take them off and score.
Scars consist I can't say the names. The jet bikes with the spears.
Yeah,
with the
Golden
Khan.
Keshik.
Khan gets a feel no pain if he's on a bike, which is.
Does he still get that? Was that?
That's not FAQ'd out. No, so he still gets that.
So it was intended at this point.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I've no issues with it. Khan on his bike, Primus Medicare on a bike, the spear guys, Librarian or Stormseer, whatever they're called. And you hit a unit and you kill it.
Yeah. It will take out the Emperor's Children Thunderhammer squads.
Before they strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's...
A tier.
Top of
high
A.
A.
Yeah, easy.
Do we think Alpha Legion are also high A? Because I'm looking at them, that +2 victory points, the Headhunter decap nurse.
Yeah, because... So if you play Alpha Legions against Scars...
So this is the order.
Oh, right, no, sorry. So Scars also get to reroll the dice to go first and seize.
Which is so big in Heresy 2.
S tier.
I think high A, but let's leave it there. I'm happy to leave it there for now.
Because you pretty much picking who goes first. Everyone else needs a recon company to do that. You just get it because White Scars. You're faster than everyone else, so you get where you want. Unless your opponent can trap your units, which is very difficult to do.
Yeah,
you're never going to catch them. Like
on that turn that you made the mistake, they use their advance reaction to move their entire army,
and you're still not catching them.
Yeah.
So anything that's combat based, realistically, will lose because you're never getting in combat, and then it's a shooting match against them,
in which they're fast and they can get first turn charges, can't they?
First turn charge to kill whatever they want to kill.
Hide and then jump out.
Hit and run on the Khan, so he disappears off. Afterwards, he kills his unit, you charge him with the Death Star, he won't die, because 2 turns of combat to kill a Primarch, really. Disappears off, and you never see him again. Melter jet bikes...
Because you've just put yourself out of position.
Yeah, melter jet bikes, plasma bikes, all scoring troops.
Yeah.
They're S tier, mate. They're just too fast to do anything about it. Even in a 6-turn game, how do Fists get to them? How does your Fist army get to them?
True. How do you do enough damage to that Fist army to...
All your backs are heavy bolters or multi-melters.
Yeah.
Weight of dice, I put them above Fists. I actually think they are the best army in the game.
Really?
I'm not taking the piss. I'm not taking the piss. I think they are the best army in the game.
See, I think the removal of turbo boosting...
Don't need it.
Like from the run.
They don't need it.
I think it really helped getting away, whereas I think the 16-inch move, or is it 17 for a jet bike in a White Scars army? I think that You can charge from 24 inches away, so
you've
it
got
might
extra
delay your
movement phase
charge.
reactions.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Khan gives an extra movement phase reaction.
Yeah, it will do.
So, I move away 16 inches, you move up to me. As soon as you get within 12 inches, I move again as a reaction. I get that they're not as durable.
They're not Fullmentaris, they're not Suzerain.
But they're going first, they're shooting you before you shoot them, and they'll charge your priority target that's the best thing that will kill them from shooting. And as soon as your main shooting threats are dead, from then going first, they're S tier.
Right, they're S tier. I'm not putting that there.
Right.
You'll just see it at the end of the list. I put it back to the end of the list. We'll argue about who's the best in S tier later.
Right.
Right.
Cool.
I'm happy to say, like,
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
So
later.
we've got 2 left, Wolves and Iron Hands. Which ones do you want to do?
I'll do Iron Hands.
Hand, go on. A
tier.
Do you think?
Top of A, possibly S tier. They're slow.
Yeah.
So it's hard for them to get to the other side of the board.
Ferrus.
Yeah.
In a Breacher squad.
With an Apothecary, and a Tech Marine, and a Herald.
Shout out Chris.
Chris, you're a horrible person. But they're slow. So,
yeah.
Chris, I would say, is probably the best player I know at this game. Hands down, not a question. The only game he lost at Warhammer World was when the objective was at the other side of the board, he could never get to it.
Yeah, whereas I know
all of these are fast enough to get there.
Yeah, barring Fists, the S tier at the moment
is speed.
Yeah. Because even Ultramarines,
I'm pretty sure that guys can run, can't they? That
Suzerain?
They don't have like a 12-inch base movement. I don't know. It sounds like something they have.
It sounds like something Suzerain would have.
So yeah, Fists. No, Iron Hand. Sorry. I guess. Well, if you think Legion trait, -1 strength as well.
He's right.
Fury of the Ancients makes that was the list at the start of the game. Fury of the Ancients, and theirs was better than everyone else's.
Yeah. Right. So this is one. And this is just a very quick question. We don't need to massively go into it. I think Heresy is still a shooting dominated game. If you really back up to the top,
you beat the shooting.
I know it's weird because there's combat armies at the top. But all of those will contain massive shooting elements.
So it's a shooting dominated game. The armies at the top kill your shooting units and can still outshoot you.
Yeah,
so Raven Guard and Scars.
Yeah, are really good at shooting.
Scars go first, kill your shooting unit, charge you with a shooting unit and kill it on turn 1.
Ultramarines and Fists both get +1 BS in situations.
Yeah, and are resilient enough to go forward.
Iron Hands have -1 strength to shooting, which is dominant.
It's S.
Low S because they're not fast enough.
You can't charge Ferris's unit because Ferris just smashes you. And
we are such traitor players.
But again, Alpha Legion will kill them.
We'll kill Iron Hands.
Yeah. Weight of numbers. Weight of dice. Everything goes into him. Preferred enemy.
Precision shot in.
Preferred enemy. Precision shot in. Ignores the whole.
A.
Yeah.
A. Top A.
Some killers precision. They don't have precision shot. These Havocs that have precision shot.
It ignores cover. That they get, or minus.
So you can't shroud it.
Yeah. Even if it's not ignores cover, you've got a Tech Marine with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how we'll sidestep that comment. High A. Wolves.
Same again. They're fast, but not fast enough to put them in S tier.
Yeah.
And when they hit things, they die.
Yeah.
The things they hit die. Sorry.
Yeah. Your tactical squads running, charging, so the fastest.
Yeah.
Or not tactical, your Grey Slayer squads.
Which are your tactical squads?
Yeah.
Russ is a god in combat.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got
units that what are they called?
Death Sworn.
Yeah.
Even when they die, they attack. Varangir.
Pretty alright, yeah.
Well, they've got an extra attack based on everyone else in the game. Everyone else is Terminators.
Yeah.
They might not have as good invulnerable save, but they've got an extra attack and their weapon skill 6 on the charge.
Right.
So
they kill the things you want to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're up there. I think they'll mutually die to stuff with, like, say, Fists.
Their caster. So their Psyker is also an Apothecary.
And gives a 3-up Shrouded.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you do. This is what you do, right? Yeah. You cast it on someone else's, like another unit in your army.
Yeah.
Right? They fire at you thinking you're undefended.
You return fire.
Return fire, and return fire in the FAQ'd version is after saves before damage mitigation.
Yeah, so you get your shrouded.
You get your shrouded, so you don't actually ever have to evade. You get a 3-up shrouded, unless obviously
you fail your psyche test.
Yeah,
they're fast, but not as fast as Scars, and not as fast as Raven Guard,
and they're not as good as Suzerain.
And
I think they bounce off. Right? Yeah, I think they're high A. Do I think they're better than?
Right, if we had no, because Iron Hands don't have a combat unit other than Dreadnoughts.
It's just all reliant on Ferris.
Yeah, it's all reliant on Ferris.
Because Gorgons aren't that great.
And they're another. It's a shooting game. We make your shooting worse, which is why they're A.
Yeah.
So anything that doesn't rely on shooting.
Wolves. Yeah. So where do we put what? A?
A. Wolves are A tier. Let's be fair.
And I think they're better than Emperor's Children because they will kill you before. No, Emperor's Children are better than them, maybe. Ah, jeez. Wolves' fists go after Emperor's Children's fists, but wolves are pretty much getting the charge because they're running and charging.
Yeah, and you can, because you're getting the charge, you're picking your charge targets.
Yeah, and they've got the hit, they've got the outflanking, they've got hit and run.
Yeah, they've got Russ is a god. They're apothecary psychers, which are just sure.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
And do we want to comment on the best armies on this list that we've put are all loyalists?
I think we'll say it and gloss over it.
I think it's worth saying because when you look at the 2 Warhammer World events that there have been so far have been won by loyalists.
Yeah.
And when you look at their armies, there were no Sallies.
Yeah.
At all. There was
Raven Guard,
a couple of Blood Angels players. Maybe.
Raven Guard didn't have that many players in First Ed. They've exploded.
No, they've not had that. There's 2. At the
oh really?
There was me and another guy at the one.
Maybe it's just I'm now in all of the groups.
Yeah,
so it pops up more.
So there might be more people playing them. Scars are resurgent again. Ultramarines Fists.
Always popular.
Wolves and Iron Hands are always popular beforehand. Even better now.
Do we think we've been too harsh on the Traitor Legions?
No, I think they're where the Traitor Legions are. So the reason Sons of Horus are worse than Iron Hands is because, as you said, it's still a shooting game.
You've got to get to combat.
So you've got to get to combat. So the Legion trait only works half the time.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys, the Legion trait works until you get to combat. And when you get to combat, they have Leviathans and Contemptors and Ferris. Do you want to charge Ferris? No, I don't want to charge Ferris.
Yeah. So could any move down from A?
So with the exception of Night Lords, who again...
See, I think
twist the gate. Because Night Lords, you can make it night fight until turn 4?
Yeah.
In a 4, if I know we're saying we were looking at rulebook missions.
Yeah.
But the Warhammer World events, 4 turns.
Well, not even that. If you've gone really wacky in your list.
Yeah, game's over by turn 4.
Yeah. I'd say if Sons of Horus, Iron Warriors, any of them goes up, so does Dark Angels, which means they might as well stay at B.
Yeah.
I was going to say Death Guard, but that's
I don't rate Emperor's Children as highly as you do. I think they could drop down.
Well, it's just I just think Thunderhammer is such a dominant part of the game.
Sun Killers, never mind. Sun Killers are a thing. Thunderhammers are a dominant part of the game. Fulgrim's pretty decent.
Yeah,
I think. You don't see him very often. Lucius is a baller.
Right, here we go then. Just let's do a quick rundown because we've sort of solidified this list.
Yeah.
So we'll do a quick rundown.
And this is just them without allies. So we're not talking about allies.
No.
The same for mech, custodes and so on.
Right. This is a list of I'm a player and I'm only ever going to play one Legion. What are the best ones? Mechanicum, where are they?
Trash below Sally's.
Do you think?
Yeah. The best things they can... So, not Vorax, Thalax are fast and good, and they can jump on objectives and jump off objectives.
But they've not got the output that a lot of other things have.
Output.
Castellax suffer from lack of reactions.
They're terrible.
Weapon skill 3 kills them.
Thanatar's are alright, but they still die to a squad of las cannons on return fire, and you can't return fire them.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Paragon of Metal, but you can only have one of them, and I can have 2 las cannon squads.
Yeah.
Mechanicum.
Even when you give a reaction to a Castellax unit, a Psyker can take it away.
Yeah, yeah. So you give the best Mechanicum player their best Mechanicum list, and you give the best Legion player a Legion list. I reckon the Legion player wins.
Yeah, auto-hitting crack grenades just completely kills it. Like, do you know, even at that point, every Marine has a crack grenade.
Mech, sure, are good. I suppose they can have Knights of Super Heavy, but everyone can have Knights of Super Heavies.
Yeah.
So, just looking at the mech units on their own, not any Knights, trash.
Right.
If you don't have your Knights to support you, you're trash.
Agreed. Knight lists.
A to S.
A to S.
A.
Because of the Porphyrian.
Unkillable Porphyrian. Really strong.
So A to S simply based.
Armigers don't. You can't.
They're
not tanks and they're not dreadnoughts.
They ignore the Iron Warriors rule.
They ignore
so
the
they're
Iron Warriors
above B.
Sunder doesn't work on them because they're not tanks. They've only got a 3-up save, but they score. So 200 point scoring unit that ignores anti-tank weapons. That's a tank, basically. That's a dreadnought.
Yeah.
It's not as good as a Contemptor, but it's a scoring troop choice.
Right. Right, so A to S.
A tier for Knights. Even the other Knights, so Castigator's good, Archeron's good, the one with the Vortex weapon is terrible in combat, but the Vortex weapon is still a Vortex weapon.
Yeah.
You can't get over. I know we said you can't rely on 6s, but if you spike a 6 on a Vortex weapon that stays there for the game, oh my, you just kills things. It just evaporates things.
Right. So that's Titans. We won't put them on the list. Are Titans good? Do you reckon? I think they're better than super heavy tanks.
Yeah.
And super heavy tanks are trash.
Yeah.
Like
a Titan army. What are you getting? 2 Warhounds?
Yeah. For 750 points each or something. Like
they're not.
They're not.
They can't win the game.
Yeah. So trash. And we'll. That's a very sketchy one. Liber Imperium stuff.
Solar. So we'll go Solar. I've not played Solar. I've read the rules. They seem alright.
I like them. They really fall down on every single unit in your tertio gives away a victory point.
Yeah.
You've got, or gives away an attrition score or a victory point depending on your mission. They're quite good. They've got no reply to a combat unit. Your Ogrins don't take out big scary combat units.
Do they take out tactical marines with chainswords?
Yeah. They've got like 4 attacks, AP 3.
Oh, right.
Like, so they're quite good. They're at like sort of Death Shroud level.
Right. And
like, around there. Yeah. It's you can have up to 4 companion units, which are your only access to special weapons. As soon as you start coming against 2-up saves, you're really limited. So you've got the bodies to be able to maybe stick around, but if someone's really done their list, like really nailed it down, I think they drop right down. I'd say they're... See, even Sally's have an AP4 flamers.
Yeah, strength like 6 AP4, so killing on 2s.
So it just takes them right down. I think they are good. I like them. I think games are winnable. I have loved my games playing them. Yeah. But they're just not... They fall down.
They're D-tier. I'm not saying... we're not saying that any of these can't win games, because these can win games.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It takes more effort to win games with them.
Yeah, that's the best way of putting it.
And like we said, I'm a trash player. And Raven Guard carry me to wins. I don't win. The Raven Guard win for me.
Agreed.
Yeah. No, wait, it was the other way around. Shit, it was the other way around. Bollocks.
So, Sisters of Silence and Custodes. I have no experience with these
Sisters of Silence, you can do some fun stuff with them, but not enough to make them better than Marines.
Right.
They're still toughness 3.
Yeah. Custodes
are alright, but as a full army...
Are they better than Salamanders?
Yes.
Are they better than the CT ones? They're better than World Eaters.
Yeah.
Because they strike first with their AP2.
And they've got a lot of attacks,
Yeah. Better than these, I think.
Yeah.
So better than all of C tier. So Custodes onto B tier.
Iron Warriors outshoot them. Shoot them off. They're fast.
Enough with all their AP2. So with all their 2-up saves.
Weight of numbers.
Well, I think they just that AP2 all the time.
Yeah, the
is
two
just unheard of in Heresy.
And there's so much less AP2 in the game.
Yeah. At toughness 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hard one. I've not got the data of having played them or anything.
I've played a couple of times, but not full armies.
Should we edge our bets and just go B?
I'm saying, because I'm saying if you chuck them against wolves, wolves eat them. Iron Hands.
Do you think wolves eat them? Because wolves are initiative 4.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, do wolves eat them? Iron Hands don't.
I think they eat wolves, but I think wolves against most other armies are better than
wolves will do enough damage because you don't get as many of them as well. So weight of numbers do it. Death Guard beat them because they outshoot them.
Yeah.
Emperor's Children and wolves probably not because they're combat based.
Yeah.
Iron Hands.
I think they
Alphas kill them.
Yeah.
Fists and Ultramarines lose to them.
Rerollable 4 up, mate. Rerollable 4 up on Fists. I think Fists.
With a Feel No Pain, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we said Feel No Pain, so Fists beat them. Ultramarines don't, because.
Raven Guard.
No, Ultramarines might do, because Fulminatera is still Brutal 2, AP2.
Oh, you thinking all Thunderhammers on?
No, the rockets from Fulminatera.
Oh, yeah.
So Fulminatera will still do a chunk of damage before they get there. Raven Guard.
Because Ultramarines have the reliable AP2.
Yes.
Fists have the survivability until they get to AP2.
Yeah.
Raven Guard, I don't know whether
Raven Guard hits at the same initiative or higher and have number of
so it can at least mutually wipe out.
Yeah.
Right.
And have the shooting on them as well. So my more death and kill your.
And unit. Scars are fast enough to stay away.
Scars just don't care because you never touch the scars.
So I think they land on like B+. I think
they land on A.
Low A.
Yeah, because those I reckon you can chuck in low A because there's just not enough.
They'll beat some other of and that's it. It's not that they, and it's the fact that they've got AP2 all the time.
So they're not S because Fists are too durable, Ultramarines are too reliable, Scars are too fast. Raven Guard, mutually assured destruction, or Custodies might edge them out. No, they don't because I've got shooting as well. Yeah. Combi Volkite kill Custodies.
I think that's it. Yeah.
A to Custodies.
A to. Right. That is every army in the game ranked.
Assassins aren't an army.
They're allies only, aren't they?
Yeah.
Additions, not doing them. That is that. Wow, that is
the definitive.
That is not our opinions. That is
the definitive as of the FAQ 2 days ago. How the game sits.
Yeah. So that the 11th of the 12th, 2022.
UK date, not American date.
Yeah. And that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It's surprisingly hard actually. It's interesting to see where everything is in our opinions. Obviously you play loyalists and traitors. I play traitors.
So I predominantly play loyalists now.
Well, you always played your Iron Warriors as loyalists as well, didn't you? Until you were forced to play them
as traitors.
Until I forced you to play them as traitors.
But yeah, looking at what armies scare me to play against.
Yeah.
More loyalist armies scare me than traitor armies by far.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to close it out because it feels like there's loads more to say.
No, we could go into massive detail. Yeah. But we've been like 2 hours already, so
yeah. So that is that. So if you liked that, don't forget to like, comment below. What did you agree with us? What didn't you agree with us? Or what do you want to yell at us in the comments? Subscribe as well, and there is a Patreon link below if you want to slide into my DMs and scream at me and give me personal insults. So I'll see you in a bit.
You can't do it to me because I don't care. See you later.